What's up, it's Mick, and today I'll be ranking my top 10 smoke spots in Dark Souls 1. These spots should provide a great variety of spaces to chill out and partake in some of that green blossom. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. At number 10, we have the Blighttown Blowout. This spot is found right around here at this bonfire. Now, this isn't exactly the greatest spot ever, since it's found in a place where anybody would rather be anywhere else. The enemies here, the poison, the smell, it really isn't that great. However, I feel compelled to put this spot here because it's found in this terrible place, and it does give you a place to green it up while under the strain of Blighttown. At number 9, we have the Hidden Chest Hollow. This spot is found just next to Firelink Shrine, meaning you should have no trouble getting here. Once at the spot, as you can see, it's quite open for you to move around and stretch your legs if the green is getting a little too hot. But at the same time, it's got nice stone walls on each side which shelters pretty well against the wind. Overall, it's a nice little spot, but the problem with it is that the only way out is by dropping down near the skeletons. And if that purple moss clump is hitting you a little too hard, then this is not going to be a pleasant way out. So I think it sits perfectly here at number 9. At number 8, there is New Londo Late Night. Once again, close to home, just beneath Firelink Shrine, is the always dark city of New Londo. This is where you can find Rickard down these stairs. This guy is one of the chillest dudes you'll see in this video. He will gladly share some of his magic blacksmith powders with you if you decide to burn up near his cell. Overall, this is a very simple spot, easy to get to and no real danger besides walking off the edge. As I said before, it is always dark down here, so that may be a pro or a con for some people, but that's pretty much it and why it sits here at number 8. At number 7, we have the Dark Root Zoot. I personally really like the aesthetic of the woods when I'm flaming up the grass. I think it's probably just because it feels more natural to be surrounded and filled with the green. This spot, as you can see, has a nice open area with a perfectly placed log to rest on and to use as a little rolling station. There are some downsides to this spot, however. Firstly, it's locked behind a door which takes 20,000 souls to open, unless you go the long way, which is long. And secondly, it's quite a hostile area since, well, you are intruding on all these guys' smoke space. But once you talk to this cat over here and they get to know you, they'll be super chill and they'll let you smoke up wherever you want. It's a good group of guys once they know you. Generally, it's a very nice area, but it just takes a few hitches to be able to access. In my opinion though, it's definitely worth it. At number 6, we have the Sen's Fortress Fumigation. I know Sen's Fortress is probably the last place you want to go if you're planning on swigging the spice, but at the top side of Sen's Fortress, you'll find that it can actually be quite relaxing, provided you take care of that giant that throws exploding boulders at you. I think, in general, if the top side of this fortress had no assholes lurking around, it'd actually be really cool to get lost in the haze while exploring around it. But the problem is that there is, of course, enemies scattered around this place. But I still think it's worthy of number 6. Coming in hot at number 5 is the Demon Ruins Doobie Rip. The Demon Ruins has some extraordinary architecture built right into the rock walls of the caverns and the chasms below. That makes this spot a joy for people who like that kind of thing. And with no draft or wind to be felt here, you are guaranteed to have a nice warm chill out as you sit back and puff that molten grass. Just watch out for those demons though, they get jealous. They can't chill out like we can. Spinning in at number 4, we have the Duke's Devious Dizziness. This spot is a bit different in the fact that it's less of a spot and more so just the entire location. The Duke's Archives is like a maze made up of bookshelves and stairs and branching pathways, meaning that this could be a very bad trip for some people if they get paranoid. But if you and one or two friends have the afternoon to get greened up and do something, I highly recommend this entry. Not only is the place itself trippy to see, but traversing it will actually make any high last even longer the more time you spend spiraling down its different pathways. This is an experience like no other. Make no mistake, getting baked at this estate while taking flakes of that green drake will make you appreciate the lightweights, and bring a blade lest you get slain among the escapades of this opaque headache. Ringing in at number 3 is the first bell fry-up. This spot is one of my favourite places to get zonked, and it's for a few reasons. For one, this is likely the first bell that most people will ring, and the Bell Gargoyle boss fight is a simple barrier of entry to weed out those that don't have the skill or the killer within them to be chilling like vanilla. This is a rite of passage for any aspiring smoke ninjas, as it will test them, but afterwards it will reward them by showing them one of the many insane smoke spots that this land has to offer. Also, if you travel back purposely to smoke here and you end up reminiscing under this open sky and you think to yourself, maybe I shouldn't have been such an asshole to that one person, well, this guy just inside here can absolve you of your sins and have you be forgiven.
Thou art welcome any time. It is only human to commit a sin.
Shimmering in at our number 2 spot, we have the Moonlight Great Smoke. Now, this is a similar entry to number 7 with the foresty atmosphere, but with an extra step of risk reward. To get here, you must first get past these big stone guardians, and then beat the Moonlight Butterfly boss. But once you're here, you can revel in the atmosphere of the trees below, and take some tokes under the full moon above. But this didn't earn spot number 2 for atmosphere alone. Legends tell of a myth that if you possess the Moonlight Greatsword while smoking up in this location, Lord Gwyn himself will bless the doobie with the power of the first flame, so that it never has to be relit and it never gets sideburnt. How true is this myth? Well, I don't know. You'll just have to moonlight up a fat one and figure it out. But what I will say is, some myths are certainly steeped in the truth of a good high. Now, before I reveal my number 1 spot, I do need to give an honourable mention to the Hidden Hotbox. This spot, as the name would suggest, is not easily found and reached, hidden behind a secret passage in this fireplace. You'll find the stairs down to this spot. It is said that this room was constructed by smoke ninjas and wizards of old, and has been imbued with the magic properties which allows this room to be effectively hotboxed with merely a couple of puffs. So, if you get a few doobies going at once with a good blunt rotation, this place will very quickly turn into your very own Mary Jane St. Helens. And finally, bestowing in at number 1, we have the Ancient Dragon Ailment Drag. For me, this has to be spot number 1. Firstly, this area in Ash Lake is just absolutely breathtaking, so to be able to sit here and admire all this anytime you want while getting fried is just unbeatable. I mean, you do have to traverse through Blighttown and through a big ass tree to get down here, but trust me, it's all worth it. And besides, that means those who do get down here are the ones who are dedicated to the chill out. And, I mean, really, what an area. And about the namesake of this number 1 spot, that of course comes from this little corner over here where you'll see the Everlasting Dragon. This guy is one of, if not the last remaining dragon in the land. And look, just look at him. Does he look anxious to you at all? No. This guy is the master of relaxation. And not to mention, being everlasting has given this guy many, many years to culminate wisdom. That's why I always call this the ailment drag, because if anything has got you down, or if you're stressed or anxious or anything like that, all you need to do is sit down with this guy and share a good old doob, and he'll start spitting wisdom beyond his years. I have never encountered a problem or situation that this guy couldn't help me get over. In fact, some people even admire this guy's dedication to the blessed lettuce so much that they even take on the form of a dragon in an attempt to even just be an inch closer to the mastery that this dragon has. All in all, that is my ultimate spot, the Ancient Dragon Ailment Drag. So, whether you're anything from a smoke wizard to a smoke dragon, or even just an aspiring smoke ninja, I hope this list has given you a few good spots to visit next time you want a good old blast from the grass. And until the next sesh, this has been Mick. Take care, and don't you dare go hollow.